Hi guys!
Hello!
Welcome to the Diving Pod. My name is Sheila.
My name is Lydia.
And today we have a very interesting episode. We want to thank you guys for supporting us. We want to thank you for subscribing.
Yeah.
Thank you for liking, commenting, just encouraging us throughout this journey.
Yeah.
It's not an easy process. We are learning every day, but we are endeavoring to, give you guys the content that is
grow.
interesting, that is fun, that is educative, informative. So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Please, if you haven't subscribed, unangoja.
Now wait,
Ebu
what?
subscribe.
Please.
Yes. Journey to
1,000
subscribers. So please subscribe. Today we have our guest again, Varsity.
The wonderful.
The only.
Welcome, Vas.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
She's
thank
lovely.
you.
She always comes when we call her.
Yeah.
So Lydia, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about invasion of privacy.
Yes.
All right. All forms of this, right? We're going to be talking about this, and it's going to be interesting. So please, if you're not ready to dive in, go to the kitchen, make yourself a cup of tea,
Yeah.
and then you dive in with us. All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
So
Let's dive right in.
Okay, guys. So this is a continuation of our previous video.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, we were discussing privacy and secrecy in relationships, right? We kind of broke it down to what is privacy, what is secrecy. We have examples. If you haven't watched that video, you should because it's very intriguing. And it's just the normal things that we go through in life.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about invasion of privacy. We want to talk about some of the inner relationships. So some of the examples.
Yeah.
We want to talk about some of the examples that are, kind of like invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
And then we are also going to talk about, how to kind of minimize or kind of avoid invasion of privacy in relationships, because obviously for every problem there's got to be some form of solution, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So when we talk about privacy, Lydia, when we talk about invasion of privacy, what comes to mind?
Just somebody going through my stuff without my permission.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you go through, say, your partner's, phone or,
Even your
computer,
friend's phone.
Your friend.
It can even be your friend.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a
Yeah.
romantic
True.
relationship. If it's without their consent,
Even your mom's phone.
anyone.
Man,
Yeah.
Anyone,
even if she doesn't have a password, hers is just the swipe. You know that one?
I feel like an
That is
open door does
invasion.
not mean welcome.
Hey, listen,
Varsity said.
you know that's why you are diving.
Because I feel like invasion of privacy is just going in somewhere you've not been welcome or invited. Yeah. So if you're in my space when you should not be, in my laptop, in my journals, in my phone,
Exactly.
in my anything really, even in my handbag, something
Hey.
as simple as even
Especially a woman's handbag.
let me get. Someone is opening your handbag and it has a lot going on.
And you know what? Those people that say, let me get, maybe let's just say something as simple as a pen. Let me get, and they're already in there getting. You have not been late, but you're already
Getting.
hands deep in there getting. That is invasion
You
of
might touch
privacy.
something slippery. Excuse me.
Jesus.
Varsity has said it.
She's diving.
She's really diving, isn't
She's
she?
diving.
Yeah, so that's an example of invasion of privacy. And in every relationship, there should be some form of privacy that should be respected.
Exactly.
If your friend is, you like Lydia and I are very close friends,
Right.
and we do a lot of things together, and she has
Yeah.
access to everything mine.
Yeah.
But you'll never find her sitting there going through my messages or my emails or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just think it's very disrespectful,
Exactly.
to say the least, if just because someone has been open with you, you kind of,
Yeah.
it's like abusing that power.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like abusing that power.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no reason for you to be going through those things unless you're looking for something.
What are you
most-
looking for
No,
without
I
my
mean like,
knowledge?
I don't mean like unless like it's an excuse, but I mean like the reason why you're doing that without someone's permission
malicious.
is malicious. There's
Right.
something you are looking for.
Can we also just talk about like when someone is pushing you out of your comfort zone without your consent, without your knowledge? Let's say someone is trying to hook you up with everyone that they know.
Hey.
Now that you know we are single,
Oh, you know what?
you are spreading the hooks, putting all worms, all fish everywhere in the ocean.
You know what? What comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's this friend of mine who was trying to hook me up. Okay. All right. Okay. Everybody knows Auntie Toro is single, right?
Okay.
Yes. And the fact that I'm single, right? My friend was like, oh, even me, I'm tired of you being single. Okay. Me, her, she's tired. Me, I'm not tired. Okay. Her, she's tired of me being single, right? Yeah. And then she's like, oh, in fact, I'll hook you up. I didn't take her seriously. I did not take her seriously. 2 weeks later, right, a man texts me. And I'm like, hi, what's your name? Let's call him Joshua, all right?
Oh, wow, the Bible, right? Daniel.
Thank God he has a biblical name. Anyway, so his name is Joshua. And I'm like, oh, hi, Joshua. My name is Lydia. How do we know each other? How do you have my number? Like, what is this? Joshua tells me, oh, so-and-so gave me your number. So-and-so is this friend that was trying to hook me up, right? She did not even ask me if she can give out my number.
Oh, no.
So that's the first
wrong
invasion, right? Secondly, this guy sends me a picture of myself and says, beautiful smile, such a beautiful African babe.
Oh, he's in the pod.
Okay,
right,
you know
what?
There. Where is the lie? You know I'm beautiful, okay? Like, where is the lie? Thank you, Jesus. Okay?
Hey.
But, brother, like, why are you sending me my own photo
and telling me... Where does he get your photo?
From that friend of mine. My friend gave away my photos.
She gave access.
Everything. Even my sister's wedding photos. The ones that you are in a... You know what I mean? The bridesmaids. But
you were slaying.
Listen, I'm always slaying. But that doesn't mean you share my photos.
Tell them.
Okay? That is invasion of privacy. And you should ask for consent.
True.
Okay? True. Especially in Australia, consent is a very serious thing. Expound, please.
I was going to say that part about the phone number. Like, people just assume that, it's okay to give someone your number. I remember having this conversation with my mom and, my dad, even my siblings. Like, once I came to Australia, I would just have these random people calling me. And obviously, they needed something for me. They needed information about how to come here. They wanted to know about universities in Australia and things like that, But my issue was the fact that they would just call me in the middle of the night at 4 a.m.
No.
Like there's time difference. They don't consider that. And they'll be messaging. And then some of them would even be saying like, why are you not answering my phone? And I'm like, you rang me at 4 a.m. Exactly. You know what I mean? But they don't know that. But I think people just used to, people just give out your number thinking, sini number too. But bro, don't ever give anybody's number without asking them.
Exactly.
It's just wrong on so many levels.
Yeah.
When it comes to consent, what Lydia was just saying, consent, you can actually go to jail for the simplest things. Privacy is really a big thing here. There's you cannot take someone's photos, videos without their written consent.
Exactly.
Verbal is not good enough because they could just literally say, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
You have to obtain consent from that person. And this is another thing. People go to parties and events and just casually take pictures of people wasted and stuff and post on social media and say, oh, we're having fun, and you're lifting your phone like this and you're capturing people who maybe don't want their photos on social media. You can be sued for that. It's actually invasion of privacy. You need to get consent, So please don't take pictures of people, or videos and post there. Even people's children, you have to ask.
That's creepy.
I feel like you need to share the story about the day you were at the park with your daughter and somebody who reads palms. The lady who was palm reading came to you and said they wanted to read your daughter's palm.
That is voodoo. What is that?
A baby's palm.
That's so creepy. Who are you?
Creepy on so many levels.
Oh no.
The way Mama
Get out of here.
Got the baby and ran out of the
that is the
I've
most
told
expected,
the story for her.
That is the most expected reaction.
Run. Exactly.
You know what?
She just
some of these, you'd really meet very, very weird people. And sometimes I'm just like, bro, I'm not ready to have this conversation with you. I actually had to tell someone once to delete my daughter's photo on their phone. Because, it was like winter and I had bought her this onesie, but it was the
fuzzy
furry
one.
one,
Yeah.
and then it was like a bunny, so it had these bunny ears, and it was like, she really looked like a snowman.
cute.
Whatever
A
it's called.
cute baby.
I don't know what it's
But
called,
I find it
little
even
bunny.
weirder, like if you're taking
so
kids
this
photos.
It's just wrong,
It's
isn't
even,
it? It's deeper.
It's more wrong. Like
Exactly.
It's
There's
a worse.
levels to
the
this.
truth is, I recognize that she honestly was very naive and took it out of pure, admiration. And she literally was like, oh, she's so cute. And literally knelt in front of her and took a picture of her.
Oh,
and
no.
then and she came, and I'm thinking,
What just
"Excuse me?"
happened?
And then she walks to me and she said, she's so cute. And I said,
No.
I know. Can you please delete that picture? And she was kind of shocked. Yeah. She goes, I'm so sorry. I said, yeah, just delete the picture, please. Anyway, she deleted.
Did you make sure she did?
I did. She
Okay.
deleted it and
Okay.
deleted it from the
That is
deleted
so
pictures.
creepy.
But you know what? This is the thing, right? I acknowledge the fact that she didn't think. She actually genuinely, like, there are people out there who don't know these things. She thought, I can just take this cute picture of this African baby. Like, I was like, excuse me, no, you can't.
But
Okay,
I feel like that's the most thing about invasion of privacy. Not everyone knows when they are doing it.
That's
It's
it.
there's
That's
a
the
very
thing.
Like an
thin
innocent
it's
You
kind
have
of-
to. You have
it's
to.
a sense of entitlement
Right.
that people, just because I'm your friend, just
Yeah.
because your baby is cute, just
Yeah.
because I'm in the park with you,
Yeah,
I
even
feel
my
like
friends, like you know, like you can. Even me, I take pictures of Tori and some of my friends, and I'll always ask, like, oh, is it okay for me to post this photo?
That's a normal question.
Or like I'll just put a blur there, child
Exactly.
or whatever, because
Yeah.
you just don't know what people believe in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
invasion. That is there's a very like you must have trust.
Yes.
And then for you to have trust, you must not do all these things. Because I can imagine there's this day we were sitting, like just hanging out as friends.
Yeah.
And then the one who was hosting invited more people.
Yeah.
So this gentleman walked in and sat there, and we were having a very nice conversation. And it was just, it was vibes. We were
Yeah.
chilling, we were talking. And then all of a sudden, camera flashlights just on our faces. So my friends were seated, like the way we were seated, the three of us were seated here. There was another bunch of people there, and now this guy just walked into the door, sat right there, and then got his phone out, and he's like, oh yeah, not taking pictures, it was a video. And it was not of the entire room, it was just of the three of us. So at first I thought it was a picture, or maybe I don't know what I thought.
the event.
Yeah. So I am
Yeah.
like, okay, what's going on? I asked, I'm like, if it's a picture, I'm not comfortable. I said it, like, if I'm not comfortable. And then do you know what he does? He like dismissive like that. And he continues now to come in front of us. So like one of my friends, I was about to say her name, just grabbed the phone.
Hallelujah.
And she is the most quiet person I know. She grabbed that phone and she's like, what the hell are you doing? Went to delete. Do you know this guy was about to like smack us? He was so
Fight.
angry that we took his phone.
What?
Yes. Like he got so angry. And like when we went to like delete from the other part, he grabbed the phone and walked out. So we were not able to delete from the, yeah.
See, the thing is, people just
That man, let me tell you, he should have been
That
in
was
jail.
as recent as last week.
Whoa.
Yes. And like the fact that I said, I'm not comfortable. The other ladies are like, we're not comfortable. And he was like, no, don't.
Man.
That man should be in jail.
But see, that's the thing. If you actually rang the police and
Simple.
said this person took pictures of us
Yeah.
without our consent,
Exactly.
that's really like invasion of privacy. Like people just
For sure.
assume things, you
They
know?
would come
And funny
running.
thing, there was more videos except this one did not have light. So when the flashlight came on, that's when we noticed. Otherwise, he had been taking other pictures and like we deleted more photos than we expected. Yes.
What?
So the idea of consent and that was just invading our privacy straight on forward. But I can imagine if this is a stranger, how much more entitled our friends and people we hold dear, partners
Exactly.
in relationships.
Good question.
Like if you journal and
Yeah.
leave your
book.
diary on top of the desk, what makes you think that no one in the house is just
Just
going through
read it.
whatever?
I know.
And I think everyone's thoughts are just crazy.
Different.
I don't know. Yeah.
Some people just want to know. They just want to be in on everything, you know?
How does that help your life?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Some people just want to know. Some people just want to know what's happening. Some people just want to know so they can maybe. I don't think it's always a good reason. Because why do you want to know things that don't
goss.
concern? 100%.
When you say goss, friends, like when let's say I've told you something, and it's in confidence, and the next person to call me is Toro. She's like, hey, so you are suffering, eh?
That's funny.
I didn't know you were in this much trouble. And when I was telling you, I was not telling you so that I didn't need help per se, or I didn't need another person. I just wanted your opinion.
Yeah, or you just wanted me to listen.
I feel like that is also some type of invasion of privacy.
It is.
Among his friends. And if I was comfortable telling three people.
I think it's so important also to like be very clear, right? Like if I'm talking to Lydia, it's like, we know what's our conversation. We know what's not a secret. We know what's not, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's very good to be clear, because here's another thing. Someone can just be like, by the way, I'm doing this. Say someone can say, I'm having a party for my daughter on the weekend, whatever. Right? That's, to me, that's just general, right?
Yeah, that's general.
Lydia is having a party for her daughter. And then I meet one of our other friends. Say, I meet you and I go, are you coming to Lydia's daughter's birthday party? And then you get angry at me that I told Lydia about your daughter's birthday.
She wasn't invited?
Of course, for example. But like, that's like, bro, like that's
general information.
If you don't, you'll be like, oh, Sheila, I'm hosting a party for my son, but it's a very intimate one, so I'm not inviting everyone, so just, keep it between us. Communicate. Trust me, everybody will respect that.
Exactly.
But if you don't communicate about, how private you want things to be private, what's going to happen? You know what I mean?
I know.
So you have to set boundaries even on what you say to your friends.
Exactly.
Yes. Don't just assume. And also, look, there are things which are obvious, right? But don't just assume.
You people who are married and partners and all this, there's no secrets between you and your partner. So I tell you something, next thing I know is your partner knows all my diri.
See, this is the thing.
Everything.
So here's my my reasoning, and this is how I look at it, right? There is no secret between me and my partner. If you tell me something, I will tell him.
Better know.
Okay.
Thank you for letting us know.
But I mean, if you're telling me, if you trust me, it means you trust him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just how But there are obviously things I would, like, if I have a heart-to-heart conversation with Lydia about, say, something that is, sensitive or very personal to her, and, she's sharing it to my friend, I don't go telling him, right? But if someone say pisses Lydia off, I'll be calling him, right? And I'll be saying, babe, this person did this and this and this and this and this.
Okay. That's
I will, and we can talk about it. Or, if Lydia achieves something, I'm like, oh my God, guess what happened? Lydia,
That's
but I'm not going to tell him like, oh, she said that she was feeling like this today, whatever. Nah, that's, so there has to be of course there has to be boundaries.
Question.
Ask.
And I feel like just because we're African women, I just need to ask this, or probably generally Africans.
Yeah.
Have you ever been stopped somewhere, anywhere, especially if you're abroad, and someone who is not African, mostly Caucasian people, ask you, can I please touch your hair?
Oh no. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Have you experienced
someone touched? They didn't ask. They just touched my hair, and like not touched, like just touched and pulled, like to see if it would come out. I was beyond. That's when I started holding my hair like into a bun. When I'm in the train, I'm just like all the way up.
Yeah.
Because that was so weird. And when I looked up, they were smiling. They were actually like they did something so good.
What did they say to you?
Nah, I was too stunned to talk. I remember holding my bag together and just walking away. Like I was so freaked out. Yeah, because everyone else was just wondering what's going on here. Because if it was just a mild touch, okay, I would. But this was just like all the way in and through.
Cool. Look, I have experienced kind of both, right?
Okay.
So I've had people who ask, or I've had people who say, oh my God, I just love how, because look, me, I used to just pat my hair 4 parts and I'll do matuta. And I'll go to work,
we remember that version.
Yeah, I still do. and like I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And then everybody will be like, oh, I can't believe how, your matuta stays intact. Like if I did mine, I had to put a rubber band at the end, whatever. And we would just have this conversation, and some of them would actually be like, oh, do you mind if I touch? Can I feel your hair texture, whatever? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I never used to have a problem with it. But then there are just those who I'll be with Tori at the park, and they come and say, "Oh, hi," and their children say hi to Tori, and the next thing they're just doing this. "Oh my gosh, she really has very," and I'm like, can you not touch her hair?
Can we just say this out loud?
Yeah.
Do not touch the hair.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
Don't.
It's like any other part of a person's body. Like I'm not touching your head randomly, walking and going. Your hair looks really nice.
Exactly.
Anyway, I said to this lady, "Oh, can you not touch her hair? Like I don't think she likes it, And luckily, Tori can, express herself now. She said, "Don't do that. Don't do that." It was so funny. I actually laughed and I was angry. I said, "Don't do that," But yeah, I think don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like, just don't do that. It's so funny when I say it.
Like we
It's
were
like
hanging
Tori-
out last week, and my friend, actually we were just chilling, like same group of friends, but this one just like, how long have you had your dreads? And as this guy was asking, he just touched. But like, I'm so traumatized by the train experience that even if you ask and touch at the same, like, don't ask and touch.
Yeah, wait for it.
Yeah.
It's consent, bro.
Yeah.
You're obtaining consent. You go, "Excuse me, Sheila, can I touch your hair?" Yeah, sure. Do you want to touch my hair? Yeah,
Like, it
sure.
was like, how long have you had your
I'll
dreads
like, no,
for?
listen. Put your hand away. Like, touch your own hair. Or
But I
whatever.
was so shocked. I didn't even say anything for like a few seconds. And then when he realized my reaction, he was like, "Oh, yo, I'm sorry. I should have asked first." So there are people who actually just do it without thinking.
Yeah.
And then
Don't do
like,
that.
the fact that you acknowledge and like, "Oh, yo, I'm sorry," that was really cool.
Yeah, but still don't do that.
Yeah, but
Now you know.
Yeah, now you know better than
Yeah.
to just touch your hair.
Ask first. Obtain consent.
Especially from children. You don't touch children's
what?
heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids especially.
Don't
yeah.
touch their
You know
heads.
what? I had this experience once. And it was just Woolies, man. Like it was just in Woolies, Me, I was walking, and the way like I love bread, and I was just looking at every different type of bread on the aisle. I was, the way you squint, you're concentrating. You're like, oh yeah, white. Next thing I know, I feel somebody touch, and at this time I didn't have braids. It was just my hair, and I had my like a big afro, and I had blonde tips. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Someone, I just felt not up here, but at the back here, right? Like I could feel at the back of my head, somebody is kind of twisting my hair like this to like feel the texture.
Imagine.
I turned around so angry, only to see a small white little lady, an old one, saying, "Oh, I just wanted to die." Leave it, listen.
I can even. Oh, bless.
I said, "What's your name?" Margaret. I
Margaret.
said, "Okay, I'm going to bend so you touch my hair, but don't do this to anybody else."
Else, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
So I just went down and she touched. She was like, "So this color is it your color? Is this Oh my God, she has so many questions. I answered everything, right? But I know she felt nice, but she learned something.
Yeah.
Because I was angry, like from
Obviously.
how I kind of like turned. She,
I was like, whoa.
But then I think she was just,
Oh.
cute. But nah,
no,
that's
just
an
ask.
invasion, honey.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Man, like, it's just crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like,
I feel like all these things just happen like because people feel like a sense of belonging and entitlement. They feel like, you won't feel bad if I touch your hair.
No.
You won't feel bad
No,
if I
yes,
tell
I will.
my friends about your story. You won't feel bad if
No.
I go through your journal, if
No.
I go through your
That
phone.
is so wrong.
yeah, no, it's
That
wrong.
is so wrong.
So, because now we're talking about invasion of privacy and all these things that we've discussed that people are doing, how can we minimize, or especially in a relationship, like how can we minimize or just maybe not have invasion of privacy?
Communication.
100%.
Respect people's spaces, people's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that is not yours, just have some respect. Zero sense of entitlement. Zero.
Yes,
Yes.
and don't
I
assume.
agree.
Yeah.
Respect and don't assume.
Yeah,
Ask.
exactly.
You have to ask. You have to be like, oh,
Exactly.
excuse me. Do you mind? Like just ask. Save yourself the trouble of like, oh, I didn't know or whatever. Just ask. Yeah.
And also communicate the things that you want privacy of. Like, if, for
Yes.
example, I have I have a boundary with my friend. Like I feel like I should just express that and not assume. Like, for example, the invitation that you gave as an example, I should have been like, it's a private thing and I really don't want many people to know.
Yeah.
So like,
please keep it
say
between
it.
us.
Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just say it.
Really, like a lot of people fall apart because of the little things. Because
Yeah.
I assumed something and
Exactly.
you thought I knew, and then you know what I mean.
Don't assume.
Yeah.
And
Please.
then, like, I feel like with privacy, with the invasion of privacy, it could be like we could have been friends in the past. So Lydia already assumes that we're friends. Like, she knows we're friends, but we have our own
relationship.
Yeah, we all
Side.
our small fight on
Yeah.
the side.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now like she's trying to invite us to a friendly gathering, and we go there with the energy and we make everyone feel uncomfortable. I feel like that is also like, if you have your own things that you're discussing, don't bring to a table where there's more than 2 people.
Of course, 100%.
You're making our private space uncomfortable.
And also, with that said, if you want to address that issue, you should be addressing that issue with the people, not like talking about it in general information. You know what I mean? Like, just call these people to the side and talk about it.
Exactly. I agree.
Safe spaces, create safe spaces for everyone.
I was about to say that. The reason why they secret is because people don't feel safe enough to actually talk about their past, share. So you have to create a safe space where someone feels listened to, someone feels accepted, regardless of the past that they're bringing, for instance, their debt. If I feel like I'm safe with you, I will tell you everything, right? But if I don't feel safe, I'll be like, hey, I don't want to tell her because A, B, C, D.
Even patience will play a huge role in making all these things. Like,
falling together.
Yeah, if you want trying to hook me up with a friend, just be patient. Tell me, oh, I have this friend. He looks like this. Is it okay if I share your number? You say yes. Is it okay if I share a photo? Say no. Give me some time and then ask again, like, this guy is asking to see a photo of you.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
So give this person time to also process all this information. If you want to touch someone's hair and they don't consent, just be patient with them.
Or just be like, okay, understanding.
Yeah, understand.
Patient
Yes,
and
and
understanding too,
understanding.
because you don't have to always get your way.
Yeah.
Also, with the patience, I feel like we should also be patient in the sense of, say I have something in the past that I'm not ready to share, and say you know about it as my partner. I think patience is a really great virtue, whereby you're just allowing me to really feel safe enough to tell you, right? So that we don't have secrets in our relationship. But if you're not patient with me, I might tell you an edited version of the story, which will be like a lie, But if you're patient with me, then I will be able to share with you what I want to share.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
Like, I feel like if you find something, as you're invading my privacy, if you find something that makes you uncomfortable, just sit on it. Because why are you going to make me also feel, let's say I've
Now
written
that
something,
you know.
now I've written something maybe in my journal, or there's something in my text that you went through my phone and found that is making you uncomfortable. Now you want all of us to feel bad because you were in my private space.
They're actually kind of forcing you to actually talk about it.
And I'm not
you
ready.
didn't want to.
So if
And
you...
you're not ready.
Yeah, just as you went in, stay in.
Yeah.
Just...
I think another thing is transparency and trust.
Yeah.
Transparency and trust. See, when there's transparency, then there's really no need to invade anyone's privacy because you trust each other.
Exactly.
There's nothing you're hiding. There's nothing I'm
Yeah.
trying to find out.
That's true.
So I think that's also key when it comes to invasion of privacy.
And also thinking the best out of... Even if you see a text that incriminates me and makes me look like the villain in this story, as someone who is in my circle, don't think the worst of that situation. Maybe I just write that Sheila is bad.
Yeah.
And then you find that text. You don't know what came before.
context?
Maybe she's a baddie. I didn't
I was
finish
about to say that.
she's a baddie. Like, maybe I didn't finish the last
Yeah.
Or typo. Maybe it was a
a
typo.
typo. And
I
you're out
know.
here catching feelings. So also be very positive minded, especially to the people around you.
Yeah.
And by the time you're invading my privacy, it means that I have not given you a safe space. Also find out why. The whys are...
Communicate.
Yeah.
And just allow things to flow. Don't force things, okay? Because for instance, if the hooking up thing, people around you will say things about that person. If you're not patient enough, if you're not communicating, if you're not creating a safe space, this partner of yours that say you've been hooked up with will never tell you all those things you're
That's
hearing
true.
on the side, you know. But if you give them that safe space and trust and respect, you know, they'll tell you. But we can all definitely agree that there has to be a level of privacy in each
Definitely,
relationship because
definitely.
it's respectful.
Yeah.
It
So
has to be there. It
Yeah.
has to be there. Because otherwise, what are you doing? Like, be it friendships, especially family. Like, you go into your bedroom, you find that someone was reading your journal, it's half open. And like, I'm the type of person, no matter how messy or well made my room is,
You know where
I
everything
know
is
where
and how you left
in
everything.
fact, if I put my phone like this and you move it, I will know someone moved it. So you can imagine something that I'm journaling or like my phone or like anything. And I don't hide my passwords. Like the fact is everyone knows my password who's around me.
Yeah.
But if I give you like
Because you
simple,
trust people.
I give you my phone to look at a gallery. I find you scrolling. What are you looking for? Nudes? What are you looking? Why are you scrolling?
Actually, that is another very simple thing, but actually people don't know.
Yeah.
If I'm showing you a picture, don't start swiping.
Yeah, don't
I know. That's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah,
or
I've done
ask,
that
should
before.
I swipe or
We've all have done it before.
seek consent? You might find some
Do you
things
mind
that
if
blind
I
you.
look at and they'll be like,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
There's a day my friend was like, swipe at your own risk. If you find my nudes, please like. I'm like, why?
Wow. I like the transparency.
Transparency and trust.
Yeah,
She lets you. Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope
Thank
you've
you.
learned something.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched our previous video, so you can be able to understand what we were talking about on this one, please go back and watch it. It was about privacy and secrecy in relationships.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to share what we know.
Road to 1,000
subscribers.
Better. You better.
Please subscribe, share, and like. Please hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Until next time, we love you.
Bye.
Bye.